Hello and welcome, everybody. I gotta stretch this one out and I'll get ready to provide you a great 10-minute sports report. I am your host, Captain Bourne. Thank you for being with us. Listen, I'll tell you what, I'm having a pretty good day. Today's Thursdays. Had a day off today. Go back for one more day of work tomorrow and then get to the weekend and a few PTO days on the other side of a weekend. So I'm feeling pretty good. Couple things here. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this 10-minute sports report with all your families and friends. It's very informative. Hence, some people in Ohio already knew that Michigan didn't throw the ball since 7:41 to go in the second quarter against Penn State because of this 10-minute sports report. Where else are you going to find that? Okay, nowhere. Not on the internet, not on social media where I found it. LOL. Two things. Second thing, go follow us on Instagram at 4th and 1 podcast. Make sure you add the podcast in there. 4th and 1, all one word, all spelled out. 4th is all spelled out and all spelled out. 1 spelled out, podcast spelled out, smushed together. 4th and 1 podcast. Instagram. Third, you will not get a 10-minute sports report Friday. You probably won't get one Monday or Tuesday. Probably the first one again would be Wednesday that you get it. You might get one Tuesday. Again, I'm going on PTO, some paid time off, some on the opposite side of the weekend for a few days. So I'm going to get you all set up for the weekend, college football. It will be all set. I will get you all set up for that in this episode. And then we'll just go from there. It's a very big weekend. We are actually going to the Michigan-Maryland game this weekend, so I'm very excited for that. To see them. Michigan can become the first ever football program to win 1,000 games. So that is cool. All right, let's get it started with, of course, the organization that pisses me off the most. And that is the NCAA. They keep taking L after L after L after L in the public eye. This is getting ridiculous. At some point, you think self-evaluation would come into effect and they would just be like, why are we so bad at our jobs? Oh, yeah, because we don't do the logical thing. Okay? Exhibit A. James Madison came up from the FCS last year and is playing in FBS. According to NCAA rule, you have to wait 2 years before you can be included in the postseason. Why? Because the scholarship allotment is different from FCS to FBS. So what they want you to do as a program is build that depth. I think it goes from like 65 to 85 scholarships in FBS, and FCS only has 65, I think. So they want you to get those 20 extra players and build up depth, so least likely to have injuries, wear kids out, things like that. So the idea is good to protect the kids. Here's the thing. COVID happened, so they allowed all these kids to have extra years, which is fine. So they expanded the rosters in FCS to 85. In FBS, it was 105. They have now shrunk back down. But because of that, James Madison had 85 players on their team already when they moved up to FBS, right? Okay. So they should be good to go. They won 9 games last year and were rejected a postseason ban. They are 10-0 this year. They could be 11-0 come Saturday when Appalachian State comes to town. Their waiver for a postseason, they can't play in their conference championship game. They can't go to a bowl game, has been denied just today or yesterday by the NCAA. This is preposterous. Therefore, a law firm engaged by Virginia's Attorney General Jason Mieres on Wednesday sent a demand letter to the NCAA obtained by ESPN that threatens legal action if James Madison is, quote, excluded from bowl consideration in 2023 isn't reversed. So NCAA is going to go to war with Michigan. NCAA is going to go to war with James Madison. NCAA is just, and I hope they lose. I hope they lose this James Madison case because there's no reason. There's no reason why they can't go. Okay? They have the depth. They're doing very well. They're dominating their conference. Again, they're 10-0 with Appalachian State coming in. 10-0. They're ranked 18th in the latest AP poll. They are not yet in the college football playoff ranking because they're not eligible for the postseason. If they were eligible, they would be ranked. They'd probably be the highest group of 5 and go to a New Year's 6 game. This is ridiculous. We are prepared to have on behalf of JMU in the unfortunate circumstance that JMU's request for release is not timely approved. The letter said, specifically, JMU is prepared to promptly file a lawsuit in the Western District of Virginia, asserting that a bowl ban violates the antitrust and potentially other laws. Yeah, so I hope that they win. I hope that the NCAA is just dragged through the mud on this because they're being ridiculous. And then, if that couldn't get any worse, let's go to Division II. Here's the deal. Ferris State head coach Tony Annese is suspended by the NCAA 1 game for his players smoking in the locker room after they won the national championship game. Cigars. Smoking cigars after they won the national championship game last year. And we are now at the end of the following year, and this is coming down. The coach is taking in his stride. Self-pity is the greatest form of self-destruction, so I got to suck it up and be a big boy. The Bulldogs will travel 60 miles in Michigan to play in-state rival Grand Valley State. Yeah, I guess it was announced earlier this year, so I take it back, NCAA. Technically speaking, I can be at the game. I just have to buy my own ticket, the coach said. In addition, Ferris State had to pay a $2,500 fine and $15,000 in cleaning and repair expenses. The McKinney, Texas School District, where the 2022 National Championship game was played, has a strict no tobacco policy. The Bulldogs beat Colorado Mines 41-14 for their second consecutive national championship game. The fine and the cleaning costs should be the only thing they have to pay. Are you kidding me right now? It's not like they were all drinking, getting drunk with underage kids. They were smoking cigars. Last time I checked, cigars are legal. 18 years old older. The NCAA, I think they go out of their way to take L's. I really do. They're better at taking L's than James Franklin when he plays a top 10 team. This is just asinine. It's like the NCAA looks at a situation and goes, what would it be the exact wrong thing to do here? This? Great, let's do that then. It's so infuriating. Because they say that they're for the protection of the kids and et cetera, except they say that they're for the kids and for the athletes, and that's what we're here for, except you're not. You're not. Decisions like this, not even the Ferris State one, back to the JMU one, you're not for the kids in this situation. You can clearly see JMU is dominating. Ferris State's coach should not be suspended. If he was going to be suspended, it should have been, since you announced it earlier in the year, it should have been midway through the season or right when you announced it. This is like the Big Ten suspending Jim Harbaugh last week. Why he was on the plane to Happy Valley. So he gets off the plane, picks up his phone, and learns he's been suspended. It's just asinine, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I talked a lot. So let me get you caught up on what has happened in the NBA since Monday with our favorite teams. So on Tuesday, the Philadelphia 76ers played at home against the Indiana Pacers and lost 132 to 126. Joel Embiid did have 39 points. The LA Clippers played at the Denver Nuggets, and the Denver Nuggets, behind 32 points, Nikola Jokic, beat the Clippers 111 to 108. The Clippers have lost 7 straight games, at least as of Tuesday night. The Cleveland Cavaliers did not play on Tuesday night. On Wednesday, the Boston Celtics traveled to Philadelphia and beat Philadelphia 117 to 107. That was the only game of a team that we are keeping track of that played. And then tonight, no one plays. So, I'm sorry. On Wednesday night, the Cleveland Cavaliers did go to Portland and beat them behind 34 points from Donovan Mitchell, 109 to 95. How the standings look as of this second. Because of the Celtics win over the Sixers on Tuesday night or Wednesday night, whatever day that was, they now have a 1-game lead in the Eastern Conference. Philadelphia sits second at 8-3, 1 game back of the Boston Celtics. The Cleveland Cavaliers, because of their win at 5-6, are now in the play-in game. They are the 10th seed currently. They sit 4 games back of first place, and they're 4 games back, and then a whole bunch of teams are 3 games back. So they're only 3 games back of second place. They're only 2 games back of third place. So again, very early in the season. And finally, the Denver Nuggets are still atop the Western Conference at 9-2, a half game ahead of the Dallas Mavericks, who are 9-3. Let's flip over to hockey and get you all caught up. I'm just all revved up from the NCAA BS. All right, so on Monday night, the Colorado Avalanche went to Seattle and put it on the Kraken 5-1 to break their losing habits and streaks. On Tuesday night, the Vegas Golden Knights went to Washington and lost to the Capitals 3-0. Anaheim went to the Nashville Predators and beat the Predators 3-0. And on Wednesday, the Anaheim Ducks went to Colorado and had a very poor result, lost 8-2 to the Colorado Avalanche. The Kraken went to Edmonton and lost in overtime, so they get a point there, 4-3 to the Edmonton Oilers. Let's check in on these standings now. In the Western Conference Central, the Dallas Stars still lead the Colorado Avalanche by 3 points. Colorado Avalanche are 10-5-0. The Dallas Stars are 11-3-1. Dallas Stars have 23 points. Colorado Avalanche have 20. In the Pacific, the Vegas Golden Knights have now lost their lead atop that division. The Vancouver Canucks have 25 points and sit 12-3-1. And the Vegas Golden Knights are also 12-3-1 with 25 points. The Anaheim Ducks are in 4th place at 9-7-0 with 18 points. And the Seattle Kraken are now falling off a little bit at 5-8-4 with 14 points. Let's get you all ready for the college football weekend. It is the second to last weekend of the regular season. Number 3, Michigan goes to Maryland with or without Jim Harbaugh. That will come midday Friday. Harbaugh, if he's granted the injunction / temporary restraining order, he will be there in Maryland. If not, Michigan will be on their own again. Alabama's playing Chattanooga. My goodness, give me a break. Number 10, Louisville's traveling to unranked Miami. Rutgers is traveling to number 12th ranked Penn State. Louisiana Monroe is traveling to Ole Miss. Give me a break with these cupcake games at the end of the season. Oklahoma, the real OU, I would say, the more popular OU at least. Number 14 travels to unranked BYU. Number 24, Tulane travels to Florida Atlantic. Number 22, Utah travels to number 17, Arizona. Number 1, Georgia is going to walk into Neyland Stadium in Tennessee and just bank them. Unranked Illinois is going to travel to number 16 Iowa. Wake Forest goes to number 19 Notre Dame. Number 20 North Carolina's are underdogs on the road. Big underdogs. Touchdown underdogs on the road at Clemson. Unranked Minnesota, I feel bad for them, goes to number 2 Ohio State, and to get whacked around a little bit. Number 6 Oregon travels to unranked Arizona State, probably to whack them around a little bit. Number 23 Oklahoma State on the road against Houston. Florida State plays North Alabama. Give me a break again. Number 21 Kansas State is taking on number 25 Kansas in the Battle of the Corn and Middle America. Number 5 Washington in the game of the day goes on the road to Corvallis in Oregon State to take on the number 11 ranked Beavers. Unranked Florida goes to number 9 Missouri. Number 7 Texas goes to Ames, Iowa, in the middle of nowhere to take on Iowa State. And Georgia State is taking on number 15 LSU. So my rant took this way past 10 minutes. I do apologize. Thank you everyone for being here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with all your family and friends. Remember a couple things. Remember to wash your hands, you filthy animals. Remember God loves you. I pray God blesses you. And with that all being said, everyone have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your college football Saturday, and peace out.